Great. So we can move to the next slide. So as it has been outlined already, there is an increasing demand for sustainability or ESG reporting. We had great testimonies from investors, but we know also that funding providers, regulators, NGOs are asking for more sustainability reporting. And the great move of the last years is that we are slightly moving from voluntary reporting to mandatory reporting with major jurisdictions that have just stepped up or introduced new requirements to report on ESG informations or aspects thereof. And with that, we have seen also a move towards mandatory assurance with recently, and you may have seen that, for example, in EU or also in the US, there are proposals for limited assurance on sustainability information and with a step up to reasonable assurance at a later date. So what are we doing at the IAASB? Next slide, please. At the IAASB, I'm waiting for the slide. Yes, it's it. We need to do something. And so what is driving us on the need for IAASB action? We see now that multiple assurance standards do exist. IAASB has standards and guidance that can be used for assurance engagement on sustainability, ESG information, but there are also other standard setters who have also established other standards such as ISO or AA1000. So therefore, as much as there is a risk of fragmentation in the reporting standards, which may somewhat be addressed with the ISSB and GRI, we see also a risk of fragmentation in the assurance space. And if we have this fragmentation, this would lead to confusions among users who may not realize or understand the difference between the various assurance frameworks. So we recognize this risk and we also acknowledge the fact that not all assurance standards provide the same level of quality in assurance. So we are not starting from scratch. IAASB has already standards and guidance in place, but we understand that more needs to be done on this existing standards and guidance for this standards and guidance to be recognized as the reference international standard for assurance sustainability. And we also we have also identified that there are several challenges that are encountered in practice, and we need to deal also with these challenges in our standards. So to do that, we work actively to reduce the risk of fragmentations. We are very engaged with key stakeholders to reinforce the need for global assurance standards. So we work closely with European Commission, IOSCO, Financial Stability Board, CEAOB, IFIA, to name a few. And we have clearly indicated the IAASB commitment to take action in this space. So next slide, please. So what do we need to cover? We have heard a lot of voices, and we know that we need to encompass all sustainability topics. So we cannot focus only on E, S, or G, environmental, social, or governance. We need to cover them all. We also need, of course, to cover climate. We need to cover also all topics, strategy, controls, risk management. We need to cover all mechanisms of reporting. I saw there were a lot of questions regarding where the information is located. It can be in management report, it can be integrated report, it can be a separate sustainability report. So all this needs to be covered, and we need also to cover all reporting standards. So IAASB will not focus on only on ISSB standard, but we need to cover also other reporting frameworks in order to meet the needs of multi-stakeholder, which is really what the IAASB is doing, working to have high-quality international standards that can be applied everywhere and by everybody. So what are our preliminary ideas? If we move to next slide, please. The first key step is that it's very clear now that there is a need for international standards for assurance and sustainability. We held during the IAASB March board meeting several breakout sessions, and we discussed with a lot of people, and it was clear after these breakout sessions that there was a strong support for standard setting. There's a clear recognition that we need to have a branded standard that would refer to assurance and sustainability. For the moment, we already have ISAE 3000 revised, but ISAE 3000 is not only on sustainability, it can cover a broad range of subject matter. And we're also convinced now that guidance will not address stakeholder expectation because the ask is for a robust standard. So we need to move ahead. This will be a journey. And we need to start by identifying what is most important to start the journey and develop the architecture of what we need to do. But whatever we do, we will need to be sure that we have a complete assurance solution. We don't want to have gaps in sustainability assurance standard. So what do we have for the moment? As I mentioned, we have ISAE 3000 revised. It's there. It has been already revised, so we can use it as a starting point. We also have some other subject matter specific ISAE. For example, ISAE 3410, which deals with greenhouse gas statements, or ISAE 3402, which deals with controls at services organization. So that's a starting point. We also are hearing that the EER guidance we released last year, which is now called Sustainability and Extended External Reporting Guidance, is extremely helpful and has a real value and is broadly used. This guidance was released by the IAASB in April 2021, and it has been relabeled to add sustainability in the title in December 2021. So it's really something on which we need to build on. And last but not least, we also hear from the practitioners that where ISAE 3000 does not provide specificity, practitioners are used to go to the ISAs, the International Standards on Auditing, to find some guidance. So we also can get some inspiration from the ISAs. So that's what we have, but we also need to add to that specificity on the challenges that have been identified by the practitioners. And if we move to the next slide, we will focus on some of these priority challenges. So what are people saying? People are saying that what is challenging is the difference between limited and reasonable assurance. Well, when do we know that we have obtained sufficient evidence which is required to reach the appropriate confidence level? Some people also have the perception that they receive more assurance from limited assurance engagements than they should. So that's something we need to work on. The second challenge is the suitability of the reporting criteria. This may evolve as more and more recognized criteria will exist, but when there's a lot of judgment in applying the criteria, that's a challenge for the preparer. Third challenge is the scope of the engagement. Sometimes we have to provide assurance on a full sustainability report, and some other times we have to report on various aspects of the information. Fourth challenge, evidence. What is evidence? When do you know you have enough evidence? How do you know the information is complete? And what do you do when you cannot obtain sufficient evidence? For example, if the system, the internal control is not sufficient, what is the impact on your assurance opinion? And last but not least, fifth challenge, which is materiality. Some of the framework use a double materiality concept, while some of the framework have a single materiality concept. And materiality has to be assessed either on narrative information, qualitative information, or on information that is more with figures, as we have used in the financial statements. And it's not easy to add materiality when it relates to information from a different nature. So you see, we have 5 important challenges, at least, to deal with in what we are planning to do. So moving to the next slide, what is the way forward? So at the moment, although we had this discussion in March with the IAASB and the breakout session, and we had follow-up discussions with the IAASB staff and the working group. So we have some ideas, but we have not formally discussed and agreed with the IAASB board the way forward. So we need to go back to the IAASB with proposals to determine the action we will do and agree and progress on these actions. We don't know exactly how it will work. We have to be flexible and open-minded. This maybe a project could be of a different nature. First of all, because of the perceived urgency of the topic, and also the fact that we have a recent material available. I mentioned the EER guidance. So we need to be flexible, open-minded, and see how best we can progress in order to deliver what everybody is asking us to deliver, high quality assurance standard on sustainability information. Next slide, please. Which should be the last, just to remind you that you can follow the IAASB work on various social networks. But more than that, as you know, our meetings are public, so you can attend remotely, online, or after the meeting, all our public meetings on our YouTube channel. So don't hesitate to connect and go back to our previous meetings.